Anyhow, I made certain misassumptions. I assumed it was an 8-round total capacity. It's not, because the barrel's only 18 inches. So it can't be an 8-round capacity. Now, what I went flashback to was the Winchester Model 12 I carried it before we went to the 870. It had a 20-something inch barrel and an 8-round magazine. It had a steel heat thing across the top of the barrel and a World War I trench bayonet from the Springfields. And so I assumed this was an 8-shot gun. When I found out it wasn't, I was not happy.
What is it, a 7 or?
7, counting one in the chamber. Now, the funny thing is,
not really that much difference.
Okay, now here's where it gets, here's what it gets funny. The 2 Winchesters we have in the closet, okay?
Yeah.
2 of them have 30-inch barrels with interchangeable chokes, okay? And they're both having improved cylinder chokes installed at the moment, okay? If you leave the plug in, you only can shoot 3 rounds. If you take the plug out, which is what I did on one of them, and put the slug barrel on it, it's a 5-round gun. Okay. You can buy a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, up to 10-round extended magazine for it. It makes no sense, to my opinion, to do that, but and you don't know if it's the same quality. But you could take that one Winchester that has a slug barrel on it and put this extended barrel on it. But then when you do that, it's harder to take apart. It's harder to take the barrel off. It's harder to do this. It's harder to do that. But you can get 7 or 8 rounds out of it. But it's about at least 4 inches longer than this gun. So there's an advantage in short. This one will shoot 2 3/4 and 3 inch. The others will shoot 2 3/4 and 3 inch. Boy, everybody wants to go as 90 miles an hour this morning, except the guy in front of me. That's why we have, if we need it, we can use it most of the time.
Yeah, we didn't go anywhere.
Huh?
And yet we didn't really go anywhere.
Well, we did jump and made noise and sucked gas. So.
Yes, I blew that carbon out.
Oh yeah, and it does have a cool sound.
Yes,
Something about a Hemi.
Actually sounds like an engine.
It's a Hemi. It's not some little wimpy.
Yeah. That's what they do on the electric cars. They had to put noise kits into them.
Yeah, they put this open. They try to make
no, it's not an open muffler. They literally put a sound kit in it.
Oh,
so when you press the accelerator, it gives a pre-recorded room.
Is this on an electric car or something?
Yes.
Oh, that's a stupid.
Because otherwise, you don't even know it's running.
Yeah.
It is so quiet. It's
Flat
you don't hear anything.
Dumb is not a word.
Now, if you're a cop with an electric vehicle, you could creep up on a house and then never
the trouble with that is your electric car requires how long to charge.
If it's a hybrid one, though.
Yeah, but a hybrid is different. Hybrid makes sense to some degree.
Yes, you can creep up on a house. Yeah. And they never hear you.
Well, the same thing with some sort of assault, not assault vehicle, but patrol vehicle. If you can switch over to electric and not make any noise, that has some merit. Now, a solar panel on a tank ain't going to work.
Well, no, nobody's talking about putting a solar panel on a tank.
All right.
You'd have to literally line the entire outside of the tank with the solar panels.
Yeah, first round it hits, it's going to shatter all of it. So.
Well, you'd make it where if one goes down, the whole rest of the grid don't go down. I said, well, you could use it to supplement the power inside the unit. I didn't say it's going to run off the damn power. If you're parked somewhere and you can unroll a solar panel to trickle charge something, okay. Why not just build it into the armor?
I don't know. Probably a bad idea.
Build it into the armor, then if one section gets blown out during an attack, then you replace that one section. All the other ones are still going.
Yeah, well, and the bottom line
it's going to be expensive, yes, but then everything on the tank's expensive.
It's not practical at all.
Okay. Hey, we're not talking about practicality. We're talking about spending money here. The U.S. government's great at doing that.
Yes, they are. All right. We won't be here very long. They're the new place to go. It's for them or Spartan. Yeah. The one out in Surrey is good too. Yeah. But I know these folks, so.
Yeah.
Anyhow, one of the things about that 9mm Ruger carbine is it comes apart. Okay, to half its length, and you could put it in a put it in your suitcase, and you would have a rifle. It fits where no one would see it because it has a pouch it goes into, and you could put it in your suitcase and take it with you. And if you don't need it, you're fine. If you do, you got a capability to effectively engage at 100 yards and do okay at 200. It's not going to have the thump of a 5.56 or anything, but it's a 9mm takedown. Very interesting weapon. Anyhow, I think there's some merit to that. I wish you and I were more able to get out and do things, but unfortunately.
Like, geez, yesterday my shoulder was hurting just laying on my bed for so long.
Yeah.
Because me and our development coordinator, or new development coordinator, were trying to test stuff and fix stuff. And it was like, literally had to go down the line.
Each item.
Like every little, like, and honestly, it's not something that's going to fit our server very long, but it's like, we had to literally go down the line on the code and like every little nook and cranny to get this stupid thing to work, and it was like hours. It was like, and he spent over 24 hours trying to get this thing to work right.
Yeah.
Because he got to work on his screen working fine, but then it didn't show up for anybody else.
Oh,
so he had to make it. He had to network the damn thing so everybody else could see the stuff that was on there. And like,
ooh, look, wow. Diesel came down. Wow, look at that.
Yeah. Well, gas came down too a little bit.
Pumping more out of the reserve.
Well, I don't know about that. This may be. We all know these are temporary measures.
You're not going to fix anything.
The day after the election, they stopped pulling out of the strategic reserve.
They're going to go up like a missile.
Oh, because everything else on food-wise already has.
Well, and it ain't going down. That's
and it won't.
That's the thing with.
And like Mr. Biden said, if the Democrats lose, it's going to get really bad. And I think he's going to. I think he's going to make it really hard for everybody if the Republicans win.
Even if
it's not necessarily that it's going to be bad for if the Democrats win, but either way, whoever wins, the price worldwide is going up. But I think he'll make it artificially worse.
Oh, absolutely.
If the Republicans win.
Oh, yeah, and even if they don't, he's going to make it worse too.
Because if it comes down to a lame duck Congress, where the Republicans control both houses,
he'll just keep doing executive orders.
No, I don't think he will. I think that every time that anything the Republicans try to do, he'll just veto or not touch it.
Yeah.
Because if he vetoes it, they can come back and overturn it.
Right.
If he just lets it sit on his desk for a month and never touches it, they have to go through the entire process all over again.
Yeah.
I think he'll just travel and won't care about anything.
I don't even know if he'll do that or just go to Maryland to the bunker and stay there.
I don't think he's going to do that. He's probably never going to leave the White House or whatever.
You got the
of course, he's already cuckoo.
They got the Biden.
We all knew that.
They got the Borg regeneration system working there. Like
I don't think the Borg could be able to help him.
No.
He's already gone loony land.
Yeah. Processor up.
No, I don't think he's there.
Wouldn't solve the issue.
Yeah. How many times has he been caught on videotepe shaking hands with air?
People that ain't there. Yes. And
I'm like, Mr. President, like the Chinese guy, the Chinese president was like, over here, Mr. President. Like,
who's running the company? Yeah.
Well, that's he ain't the vice president.
She's a bigger loon than he is.
She can't find the border.
Or anything else. Yeah.
Which is odd.
Yeah, the rest of us.
Considering
everybody else in the world can. Well, they got a big crane up there. I wonder if it's for the Discovery Center. I'm thinking, yes. Anyhow, that's what I'm getting.
But then again, what Washington politicians ever got anything right ever? Eisenhower.
Yeah, Kennedy was pretty good too.
Yeah, well, they took him out.
Yeah, that was. But
Carter was halfway good, halfway sane.
He at least
that's why I only got one term.
At least he accepted responsibility when stuff hit the fan.
Yes.
And none of the rest of them did.
No. That's why I only got one term. Yeah. Yes, a lot of his ideas were kind of wacky and far left.
Well, some of them were very good. The Egyptian-Israeli peace treaty is still in effect.
Yes.
Think about that.
Yes.
That is a huge accomplishment.
But perhaps putting solar panels on the White House,
not a good
maybe just ahead of his time.
Yeah, well, solar has its place, but it's not going to be a mainline base level. Oh, our antenna's still
now
up.
It is, but it's a different story.
It's still up.
Yeah. Oh, you know.
Oh, look at that emergency ladder thing. That's why they're
you know they're probably knocking it down. You know.
That's why they put the cutout in the wall. That's an emergency escape thing required for fire, probably. And boy, that's going to be quite the ladder going down, isn't it?
Yeah, that's going to be that's going to be very hard.
People will freak when they get in that.
Well, it's better than dying.
I know, fire on your butt will
better than jumping off the building.
No, fire on your butt will tend you to go down, make you go down the steps.
Yeah, probably. Unless the steps are on fire.
No, they're concrete.
Or if the building collapses and takes out the thing.
Then that's a whole different game.
Yeah, well,
there's only so much you can build in for.
Yeah. Little details there, little details. But probably never happen.
I'm not here yet. We must have drove by the Legion. I didn't even see it.
Yeah, we're going early.
Boy, I'm not putting it together very good this morning.
I'm kind of off too a little.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna probably tear into the dryer.
That's why I walked out of my room to go to the bathroom. It just about fell over.
Well, yeah, my stability is not as good as it was, and part of that is maybe the meds.
Oh,
but no, they said
meds, but...
no. I'm talking about the painkillers.
Oh, that's one of the things I think I'm gonna have to ask the doctor next time. I go, well, I'm not really here for this, but I'm starting to run low on this other stuff.
Since I'm
already here,
and everything else.
Of course, regardless what I go for, I'm almost guaranteed he's gonna want a blood test.
Well, and just have to deal with that.
Hey, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. Okay, let's go do that. Yeah.
Oh, like that one time, I'm not gonna give you any meds until we get a blood test.
That's okay.
That's okay. It's like
that.
I don't need my asthma medication being held up because I didn't have a blood test.
Well, just have to.
I remember that, and I was just like, you gotta be kidding me.
Remember, he has to. Everything he does is looked at by somebody else. So he's in a catch-22 too. What do you want? Off most of my medications and stuff, so they can do that. And if this works out like they think they do, they'll probably be going back in there for surgery to try to patch up my tail again, which makes you down for about a month. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then I'm supposed to see the pain guy the 1st of December. We're talking about shots in the back again. Let's see how much fun that wants to be.
Trying to delay that if I ever have to.
Well, it's painkillers.
Although I could have really had to have that last year. That stuff wouldn't calm down.
Well, that was pretty nasty. Yeah.
Thankfully, it kind of calmed down for a while. And then I had the sciatica crap.
Yep.
Thankfully, that was kind of temporary to some degree. Although I still get occasional cramp in the leg every once in a while.
Well, the antenna still looks straight.
Yeah, those probably smack into it.
Well, the crane? Yeah,
probably. Then they claim they didn't do it and it's not their fault. You can't find your other power banks, so that's why. So I was like, well, this is the best one. Of course, it is pricey. Or you can look at that $30-some one you were looking at. It'll work just fine. gonna pay me? I didn't say you're gonna have to buy the stuff. I'm just saying here it is because it ain't available at Walmart anymore. Never said you're gonna buy it. I mean, I can buy it if I have to on Amazon. I just don't like putting in my card's numbers in Amazon because I'm a little leery about anything on Amazon.
Well, yeah.
Not that I don't order stuff on Walmart all the damn time, but I mean, I don't know. Walmart system is a little bit easier to put your stuff into when you order. Amazon's not so much fun. The fact that I could buy stuff off Walmart using my PayPal thing versus having to play with some entering all the card numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
One thing is if somebody got in my PayPal, they can't just yank my money.
No,
well, that's on my card.
Yes, that is.
It has to be authorized.
Yes, so that's another smart move there. I never use my debit card for anything online.
They have a choice on that one.
Yeah. But they can track every time that I use that way.
Well, I was watching some of these. I hate to watch some of these prepping stuff, but there was like some people that were talking about. Some people had gone to their banks, and I don't know. I think these were some of the bigger banks, like like U.S. banks or some of these other bigger banks. They went to their bank they've been going to for 30 years. People knew them. They said the guy says, and it wasn't uncommon for him to withdraw, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. He had the money in his account because he was a retired like aircraft engineer.
Yeah.
So he had money.
Yeah.
I said all of a sudden it was just he went to withdraw $1,000 cash. They want his photo ID.
Yeah.
He says 30 years banking at that bank, knowing everybody, good credit, having plenty of money in that bank.
Yep.
Never ever been carded.
Yep.
It's like I'm not buying booze.
Well, even if you are,
my money.
Even if you are, so what?
I'm taking out my money.
Yes. Well, we took some money to do something.
That's right. You put money in the bank, it's not really yours. It's theirs.
Well, there's a thing.
There's just a promise
we had to do something with money. I don't remember what it was, but we had to do something with it. And I went to the bank, and I had to have approval to take my money out of the bank.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well,
I can understand if you're doing like a car loan or.
Well, yeah, you want 40 grand.
If you're taking out that kind of money, maybe, but to take out $1,000, they need a photo ID or. I mean, is this back to this $600 thing where they track everything?
Yeah.
That's just stupid.
Well, it's the government getting their nose in everything.
Oh yeah. Well, like the guy says, is if this digitized coin thing they want to have.
Oh, there's lots of bad.
Then they can literally track they can track if you buy a pack of gum.
Yeah, and it's none of their business what you do with your money. That's just garbage. It's definitely garbage.
I suppose if you had that situation, you use your official money to buy somebody else's official money, and you buy some other official money. And then there's so many hoops have gone through. You can't track it back for the original purchase.
Well, that's why they got 80,000 IRS agents.
Yeah, well, yeah, they ain't coming for the rich people.
No,
not coming for the rich
because they got 30 lawyers to defend them.
Oh yeah, and bodyguards and security and everything else. They got the government in their back pocket.
Yeah, well, they got the tax laws written for them.
Oh yeah. It's everybody else.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows?
Is our friend down there? That looks like it. Looks like he's the man.
I don't know. Well, he's not doing anything crazy. He's not asking for money. He doesn't have cardboard sign up.
And
he's just enjoying life, I guess.
Well, if you go down to the river and watch the river go by, kind of like watching cars go by. Cars can be interesting.
No idea.
People going. Well, people go in different places.
Yeah, you would think, go someplace else in town or something every couple of weeks or something.
Yeah, maybe he does. Maybe he goes.
He's been sitting there since like June or something.
Yes, but he's usually not there in the evening.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Go hang out some other place and go to a park or something.
Probably cheap, though.
Well, I understand. We'll go for a walk. We'll go down to some other place in town and go search up, especially when it was decent outside to be outside. Walk down to a park or walk down to something else.
I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know what he's going to do when it gets really cold. So we'll see.
I guess we'll see, yeah. Problem people hanging out. I mean, it's like there's got to be a way. There's got to be a thing about being bored. Your mind sitting in the one place.
I don't know. Leave me in my bunker.
Maybe he does go places. I don't know.
Leave me in a bunker. Leave me alone. I always wanted distance support.
That's a coffin with living space in it.
I always wanted my distance support post 5,000 bunker. What are you doing? I'm here, man.
Can't be a hermit all life.
Yeah, no.
The thing about the bunker thing, the mentality about living in the bunker is you're basically in a living coffin.
Bad quickly. It's bad quickly.
Yeah. Although some of these rebuilt coffins or bunkers, rebuilt bunkers that actually look like office housings and like modern houses. It actually, some of them don't look too bad, surprisingly. They don't look, they took the old Cold War thingies where the walls are like crappy yucky and they put like, sheetrock or some other type of material.
Made it look normal,
and it makes it look like a regular house.
Yep.
They got the fake windows with the views of wherever you wanted to live.
Well, you wanted to be in Yellowstone,
if you live in the mountains or something.
Or you wanted to be in Yosemite or whatever. Yeah, right.
The ones that make you look like, hey, I'm looking outside and I'm got this huge open view.
Looking at the glacier.
In reality, you're looking at a computer screen.
Yeah.
Deep underground.
They talked about doing that with airplanes. Instead of having windows, have a whole screen that goes down the whole.
Like you're looking down the valley or something.
Yeah, and they would project. Project the outside. They would project the outside. The outside imagery on it, but it'd be like looking out the window, except there wouldn't be any.
No window. Yeah.
It would just be a constant.
It would just be a video screen, basically.
Yeah, that was as long as the seating portion of the aircraft.
They have something like that now on some of those like A380s. They have like they have a monitor that literally has it has a camera for the outside view.
Yeah.
And it has like tracking and all the stuff, monitors of the plane and stuff. Well, all the monitors they want you to see, of course.
Yeah.
Like we're doing 500 or 400 or whatever miles. This is the altitude and the pressure and blah blah blah.
And the temperature is cold.
And here's the radar too for all you know.
37,000.
And over here in this other corner, you got your Jerry Springer and your. Whatever. And your CNN and your other program.
It's a lot more sophisticated than it used to be. Used to be on airliners props. There was every magazine you could think of at the front end of the cabin, and you spent your whole flight walking back and forth.
Well, I love when Lewis Black talked about this. He went from New York City to New Zealand.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's like 11-hour flight.
Yeah, too long.
They show you a movie, they show you another movie, they show you another movie, and there's still 8 hours of freaking go.
You need to eat about 3 times.
Yeah.
And when the cruise does a rotation every 6 to 8 hours, it changed crews too. They got a separate crew.
Maybe it was longer than
that.
I think you said one of them was like a 22-hour flight.
Yeah, something ridiculous.
It's like you go to sleep. You sleep your 8 hours. You get up, you eat. You watch a movie. You watch another
ain't
movie.
There yet.
And you're still freaking go.
Yeah, it's too long to be in the air.
And you're landed on fumes.
Yeah.